The NFL hates to admit this, but Adam Vinatieri changed more history than most quarterbacks ever did. He didn't throw passes, he didn't run touchdowns, but when everything was on the line, he ended seasons with one swing of his leg, and that's why he's one of the most dangerous men to ever touch a football. This is the story the NFL doesn't hype, but it should. Adam Vinatieri wasn't supposed to make it. In April 1996, during the NFL draft, he sat by the phone and waited. One pick went by, then another, then 200 more. But no one called. He was a kicker from South Dakota State, a small Division II school that barely made headlines. He had a strong leg, sure, but scouts didn't trust his form. He knew he needed help, so he packed his bags and left for NFL Europe, joining a team called the Amsterdam Admirals. That's where everything changed. A coach named Doug Blevins worked with him day after day, helping him fix his form. He taught Adam how to square his hips, follow through, and stay balanced. The sound of his kicks was loud and sharp. One coach even said it sounded like a shotgun blast. That sound eventually caught the attention of the New England Patriots. They gave him a small contract, just 2 years, $310,000. Not much by NFL standards. Veteran kicker Matt Barr laughed and told him he was just a camp body, a guy to fill space. Even coach Bill Parcells wasn't impressed. He told Vinatieri he was only there week to week and nothing was guaranteed. But Vinatieri didn't care what they said. He worked, practiced, and waited. By 2001, he wasn't just another name, he was the Patriots' starting kicker. Still, things didn't go smoothly. That year, in a regular season game against Miami, he missed 2 field goals. Fans booed. The media tore him apart. One paper even said the Patriots should cut him immediately. Then came the playoffs. It was snowing hard, blizzard conditions, and the Patriots were facing the Raiders in a do-or-die game. The score was tight, time was running out, and Vinatieri had to kick a 45-yard field goal just to stay alive. Everyone was nervous. His teammate Troy Brown later said he couldn't even see the goalposts through the snow, but Vinatieri didn't blink. He nailed the kick, tied the game, and then won it in overtime. That moment became known as the Snow Bowl. 2 weeks later, he did it again. In Super Bowl 36, with no time left on the clock, he kicked a 48-yarder to beat the Rams. That one kick gave the Patriots their first Super Bowl title and gave birth to a dynasty. By 2004, Vinatieri's reputation was already growing. In Super Bowl 38 against the Panthers, things were tense. The score was tied 29-29, and everyone thought the game was heading to overtime. But Brady, calm as ever, moved the team down the field again, and with 4 seconds left, Vinatieri stepped up for a 41-yard field goal. The snap came in, the hold was clean, and the kick was perfect. Patriots win again. That kick made Vinatieri the first player in NFL history to hit 2 game-winning field goals in Super Bowls. Panthers kicker John Kasay said it best: "Adam's a robot, no heartbeat, just ice." But he wasn't done. The very next year, in Super Bowl 39 against the Eagles, the Patriots were holding a narrow lead, 24-21. Late in the fourth quarter, they put together a long, grinding drive that ate up most of the clock. Then it came down to another kick. This time, it was short, just 22 yards. Easy on paper, but with a Super Bowl hanging in the balance, no kick is ever truly easy. Still, Vinatieri stepped up and knocked it through. Once again, the Patriots walked off as champions. That win gave Vinatieri 3 Super Bowl rings. That season, he made 11 field goals in the playoffs, and by that point, the team had so much faith in him, they didn't even stress. Teddy Bruschi said, "We'd get to the 30-yard line, high-five each other, and start putting on our helmets for defense." Game over. When Adam Vinatieri left the Patriots in 2006, many thought his best days were behind him. He was 33 years old and signed with the Indianapolis Colts for $12 million over 5 years. Critics said he was too old. Some said the Patriots were smart to let him go. Even Colts fans weren't sure, especially after their last kicker, Mike Vanderjagt, had missed a huge kick in the playoffs. Peyton Manning had even called him the idiot kicker. The pressure on Vinatieri was real, but Adam didn't flinch. In his first season with the Colts, he hit 25 of 28 field goals, nearly perfect. He faced his old team, the Patriots, in the AFC Championship game. With the Colts trailing, he nailed a 45-yard field goal to close the gap. That kick started a comeback. The Colts won the game, and later, the Super Bowl. Vinatieri walked away with his 4th championship ring. The washed-up kicker had just done what only legends do. He proved everyone wrong. Years passed, and his hair turned gray, but his leg, still deadly. early. By 2019, he was 46 and struggling. He'd missed 14 kicks that season. Fans booed, pundits demanded he retire. Then came the game against the Broncos. Score tied 13-13, just 22 seconds left. The Colts needed a miracle. Vinatieri lined up for a 51-yard field goal. The snap was low. The holder barely got it down, but somehow Vinatieri's kick flew through the air, straight and true. Game over. He'd just made the longest game-winning kick by any player over 40. The stadium erupted. Broncos coach Vic Fangio just shook his head and said, "I thought Father Time finally had him." Nope. The man's a vampire. At 46, Adam Vinatieri had no business being on an NFL field. Most guys his age were long retired, maybe coaching high school kids or sitting behind a desk somewhere. But on December 30th, 2018, inside Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, Vinatieri was lining up for a 57-yard field goal. That kind of distance is tough for a young kicker, let alone someone with gray hair. The snap was clean. The hold was perfect. Then Vinatieri stepped up and drilled it. It was the longest kick of his career, and it made him the oldest player in history to hit one from that far. Even Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson couldn't believe it. He laughed and said, "That's not fair. Dude's older than my dad." That kick wasn't just a number, it was a statement. Vinatieri wasn't just hanging around, he was still making history. But like all stories, his was winding down. He played his final game on January 3rd, 2021, a narrow 27-24 loss to the Jaguars. He hit all 3 of his kicks, including a solid 40-yarder. After the game, reporters swarmed him. He looked calm, almost relieved, and said, "I left it all out there, no regrets." And that was it. After decades of clutch kicks and icy nerves, Adam Vinatieri stepped away. He kicked 599 field goals. Not just any kicks, some were unforgettable, like the 48-yard game winner in the Super Bowl against the Rams, or the 57-yard rocket he made at age 45. Even in his final years, when most kickers are long gone, Vinatieri was still hitting bombs. He once made 44 straight field goals, a perfect streak that lasted nearly a year. It only ended because of a bad snap. His teammate Pat McAfee joked, even God took Sundays off, but Adam didn't. He won 11 games in overtime. That includes the famous Snow Bowl kick against the Raiders in 2001, the one that changed NFL history. He didn't just win games, he changed seasons, he changed legacies. When he finally stepped away, he had played 397 NFL games, second only to Morton Anderson. He was the last man standing from his generation, the last player born in the 1970s, a living fossil in a game that chews up talent and spits it out young. And maybe the most impressive part, he scored over 100 points in 21 different seasons. That kind of consistency just doesn't happen in football. His secret wasn't flashy. He said, "I treated every kick like it was my last." In 2020, ESPN asked 50 experts who the greatest kicker of all time was. Vinatieri won the vote, just barely edging out Justin Tucker. One vote made the difference. Seth Wickersham, one of the analysts, summed it up perfectly. Without Vinatieri's kicks in 2001, there's no Patriots dynasty. He's the reason Belichick and Brady became legends. Even Brady backed it up. "Adam's the reason I have 6 rings," he said. "He bailed me out more times than I can count." Sure, some pointed out that Tucker had better accuracy. Over 90% to Vinatieri's 83, but Adam didn't care about stats. His answer was simple. Tucker never kicked in a blizzard or won 4 Super Bowls. And he wasn't wrong. Accuracy matters, but pressure is everything. Vinatieri never flinched when everything was on the line. Then came the Hall of Fame debate. In 2025, he became eligible, but voters weren't sure. Only 2 full-time kickers had ever been inducted, Jan Stenerud and Morton Anderson. Still, Vinatieri's resume was unmatched. 4 Super Bowl rings, 2 walk-off game winners in the biggest games of all, a spot on the NFL 100th anniversary all-time team. Those weren't just milestones, they were moments that shaped the league. Bill Polian, the former Colts GM, made it clear, he's not just a kicker, he's a weapon. And even the ever-stoic Bill Belichick chimed in, put him in. He's the best to ever do it.